what is the toughest remaining game on the 49ers week schedule?
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the Seattle game, and I know they pretty much curb stomped the Seahawks at home in that Week 2 matchup. But look, on a short week you're coming off, and I think that week they might be playing the Bucks at home. I know the Bucks aren't the Bucks of this year; they're kind of like more pipsqueaks, but still, I feel like Brady's gonna really try to get up for that game and try to stick it to his childhood team, the team that said thanks, but no thanks. We're gonna go with your backup for several years.
True.
I'm gonna have to say that it's gonna be that one because and they're clicking, dude. They're clicking. Geno Smith looks solid. He's a top 3 quarterback in NFC. He's definitely looking like he's definitely a Pro Bowl caliber this year. You know, they're running the football extremely well with Kenneth Walker. I know it's pretty much Kenneth Walker is more of like the take me home country roads running back, where it's like until we get a lead, then he starts taking off. But I mean, the defense has been playing pretty stout too, so that's gonna be a short week on the road. You know, and there's always something about Seattle that always gets them down. So that's one I think is going to be extremely tough for them to try to win.
Yeah, Seattle has a legitimate home field advantage. It's tough to play up there. It's not like Levi's North. It's not like Levi's North or anything. It's not like SoFi. It's really loud. It's tough to play up there, and the Seahawks are really well coached. And the Niners did beat them by a lot earlier this season. I mean, essentially shut them out. They did shut them out. The Seahawks offense scored 0 points in that game.
Yeah.
But the Seahawks seem a lot different. The Niners are different too. Like, we'll see when Eric Armstead comes back. He keeps saying he's like about to come back, but don't see him practicing. Don't see him about to be back. So that's a big loss. And then I think Emmanuel Mosley's an even bigger loss than Eric Armstead, and he's definitely not coming back. So that's a tough game. The other one I think is tough is the Miami Dolphins game, because the Niners haven't beaten any team in the AFC yet. They haven't beaten any team in the AFC yet. And so far, they look a lot better when they face a divisional opponent, when they face someone they don't know as well. And the Dolphins look really good. I mean, the Niners should know Mike McDaniel, but he seems like one step ahead of the league right now. And I don't know if they have the corners to match up with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. That's a tough game. So those two right there.
And then Mike McDaniel knows DeMeco Ryans in the defense well, or should at least to a degree the same way. You know, the reverse can be said. But yeah, with Matty Mosley gone now, that's going to be a matchup nightmare. I mean, Tyreek Hill lines up in the slot. He lines up outside. So even if Mosley was there, you're going to put Jimmy Ward on. Jimmy Ward is going to get dusted by Tyreek Hill all over. Like, that's the one thing that he's not going to be able to match up well with in the slot. As solid of a slot corner he is, that's one that's going to be very terrifying. So yeah, that's definitely Dolphins is like my top 3, like toughest matchups. Right there neck and neck with the Seattle Seahawks because of just who they have and like the skill players, who they're going to guard. Yeah. I mean, the running game they know is fine. And then boom, the same thing you just said. Eric Armstead is Armstead coming back? Like, who the hell knows about Kinlaw? And then is anyone else going to step up in that inside to really see, is this run defense like actually like okay, or is it going to start to get exposed? Yeah. Mike now is going to be like, hey, those two huge war battleships are not in the center of that defensive line. There's just nothing. They're paddle boats in there. Let's just run them through and then set up an easy game plan for Tua.
Yeah, and it's like the Niners really shut down the Seahawks week 2. But again, that's when they had Mosley. And back then, DeMeco was much more aggressive with his coverages that he called. He was calling press man coverage, and quarterbacks were just patting the ball. No one was open. Mosley and Ward were playing really, really well against some of the best wide receivers in the league. Now, Mosley's gone, and for like 2.5 games, DeMeco lost his nerve and started calling soft, off zone coverage, and Mariota picked it apart. Mahomes picked it apart. Stafford was picking it apart until Ryans finally adjusted at halftime and went back to man-to-man coverage. When he goes against Miami, is he going to look at those wide receivers and be like, man, I can't match up. We got to play soft zone. If you do that, you're going to get smoked because the Niners soft zone coverage this year is terrible. It gives up quick passes immediately. And it doesn't allow the Niners pass rush to really make an impact. So, yeah, I want to see, like, is he going to be really conservative in these games against high-powered offenses, in which case the Niners are going to lose? That's my question. But other than those 2 games that we just highlighted, is there a third tough game remaining on the Niners schedule?
Yeah, I'm going to have to say it's the Monday night Arizona game just because. Just because it's pretty much like another Mile High Stadium. People aren't aware. It's like the
It's even higher.
Altitude and everything.
It's 7,000 feet up.
Well, even
it's even
you
higher.
get into the stadium, even you're going to be gassed. Your whole back's probably going to be sweaty getting there because I don't know if Mexico City's going to be the humid. You're going to be like, all right, so Kyle. Wait, excuse me. Well, why was that a good second down and 7? God, Jesus, take a sip of water, but no, it might get that bad. Yeah, because of that. And, look, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, as much as I love roasting them, and I've been out on them for like 2 years now, but they always give it to the 49ers in a huge battle that's just like, we can't bottle these guys up. We can't punk these guys like we do the other people in the division.
They play better against the Niners than they do against any other team in the division for some reason.
They do. Easy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, you kind of look at who their quarterback is. It makes sense because all he does is go scramble backyard football, which is all he wants to do. He doesn't really want to play too much.
And you need to do that against the Niners. If you can do that, you're you're in business.
He's going to be running around. I think I can see that being almost a high-scoring game. Like, the defense is getting gassed. They're getting tired of trying to trail around Kyler Murray, this and that. And, because Arizona's defense is pretty bad too. I mean, shoot, I think the 49ers offense can put up some good points. Maybe it could be like a 28-24 game, maybe even 31-27. I can see it being that high, but I think it's going to be, you can't overlook them because the Cardinals have always given them their best.
And something they can do, they can match up DeAndre Hopkins on Jimmy Ward and Diamador Lenore all game. I mean, they can just forget about Charvarius Ward. And look, as good as Jimmy Ward is, he can't cover DeAndre Hopkins. That's a tough matchup for Jimmy. No one on the Niners, other than Charvarius Ward, can cover DeAndre Hopkins. And DeMeco doesn't have Charvarius Ward follow the best receiver. And so far, it hasn't really, burned the Niners too bad. But in this particular matchup, it could. I'm curious. I picked the Cardinals to win that game. But other than that, I think the Niners should win the rest of their games. It's not like the Raiders look like a tough matchup. What do you think of the
Literally just that, like a laughing sound.
Hey, do you think Josh McDaniels going to make it to year 2?
He should get fired this year.
He should probably get fired. All the other coaches are doing well, and he's not. And he took over the best team. He took over a playoff team.
He took over,
Crazy.
playoff-worthy team that has talent. And to me, it's like, look, if you're not getting the most out of your talent, then that's on the coach. And as much as the quarterback's playing bad too, but that might be their easiest one on the schedule the rest of the way, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Game I'm thinking of.
Is that going to be like a home game for the Niners too? Like, how do the Raider fans do?
So. Because I think every time I see videos, like when Denver played there, which is the last time I really got to look at the audience on TV, was, God damn, it looks like it's 50-50 out there. And it seemed like pretty much a lot of confirmed that it was like, yeah, it's like a lot of Denver fans out here. It's like, makes sense. Colorado feels like it's up the road. It's not crazy. Like, let's get the hell out of Denver and actually go to Vegas. Like, yeah, why not?
Ethan says mic difference is insane. Just a heads up. I turned my gain down. Let us know. Am I too loud? Is Jose too loud? Let me know.
Better, unless it's me. Let me know if it's me.
All right, yeah, let us know. You don't have to pay. I'll read. Moonman says, "What's up? Do you think Jimmy's second half of the season will be important for our success? Do you think the D ever be as good as the start of the season? I don't think it will be without Mosley. I think having 2 top-level corners was a big deal. Jimmy's second half of the season will be important. Yeah, man. I mean, it's the quarterback. Yeah."